7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. Yes, on a Saturday. But we had to get up super early today because today is the day that we jump Spitchwick. And for those of you who don't know, Spitchwick is an area up Dartmoor National Park around the River Dart, and it has some 40-foot jumps off the cliff, some 50-foot jumps if you go from the top of the trees off the cliffs. So we are heading to Spitchwick. We do want to get a really good parking spot today. We missed out last time, but it's going to be beautiful there. We're going to be looking out for the wildlife in the rivers. We're going to be doing some snorkeling, some paddleboarding. Time to load up the car, get down the river. Yeehaw! Here they are, the famous Spitchwick jumps. That's the high jump from there. Finally made it. I've never actually jumped here before, and I wasn't sure how to even get to the jumps. So I decided to film this man slowly climbing up the rock, so I had a bit of an idea what to do once I got there. I will be taking my action camera with me on these jumps and up the climb, so you are going to get a first-hand view of what it's like to climb these cliffs and jump from the very top, 40 foot off of Spitchwick. Okay, so this guy's only climbed to the middle jump. He hasn't gone all the way to the top, but let's see how he does. It's still a good 25 to 30 foot drop from up there. The arms are raised, here he goes! Oh. Right, that's what it looks like off the smaller one. Time for me to go off the big one. It actually looks like it's going to be quite a high jump when you're up there. That geezer slapped the water. Damn. But it's good to see everyone jumping. I'm not going to be the only one. Let's get it on. Let's send it. Time to make my way down to the river. We can see Elisha's already out there on the paddleboard. One thing I noticed about this video is my action camera picked up literally no sound whatsoever. It normally picks up a bit of talking, and it definitely picks up the sound of the water and the waves and the ripples and everything else. But this time, absolutely no volume, so I will be doing a bit of narration, and let's get on with the video. You can probably tell by the way I'm cupping my gentleman parts that the water is frigid. A little bit too cold. The sun hadn't quite hit the water yet. As you can see, a lot of the sun was still on the bank. It's actually in the shade where I needed to swim across. So I decided it was a little cold to go jumping and swimming around in. I had to go get the wetsuit. I stare up at the cliffs, excited but nervous. There's no turning back now. My turn to climb and jump. But first, the short swim across the black, dark waters of the the River Dart. Here we go. Time for the climb, no space to make mistakes. As I look out across the water, I realise just how high I'm becoming. I've made it to the top. Time to get my first look at these Spitchwick jumps. Elisha looks very small down there. This is higher than I expected, and the takeoff is absolutely terrible. Tree roots, narrow place to put your foot. This is awful and scary up here. And the worst part about it is there are rocks right underneath the jump. If I slip, it's 40 foot down onto the rocks. But I haven't come all this way for nothing. 3, 2, 1, send it! Whoa, I landed it! What a buzz. Time to get back up there and go for the front flip 180. Rather than rocks underneath my feet, now I've got 2 giant trees that I've got to flip over. This spot, man, seriously. Here we go. Oh, I landed badly on that one. Yep, that's my hip. My butt, balls and belly are all pretty sore at this point, and I'm struggling to breathe. It's really hard being in pain when you have the whole of the public watching, but I just couldn't hold it in. I was super happy with what I had done, but Elisha suggested that I do one more jump from the top so she could get a good film from the front. Time to get back over there for one last jump at Spitchwick. so happy that the jumps turned out well and I'm okay. Time to sit back and relax in this beautiful river dart. They've sent the air ambulance out. I thought they would because of how remote the location is here. Is he going to be able to come down there?
It's bumpy, you have to go there.
God, this is fucking dangerous being here. Right, we've had to change locations because unfortunately a 13-year-old boy fell from the top of the cliffs and landed on the rocks at the bottom. So our air ambulance and that just turned up, and he's been taken away. He's all right. Broken arm, broken leg. Fingers crossed that's all he's done. But he's gone away in the helicopter, and it was just a bit emotional being around that area, and there were still people jumping after. I can't actually believe people carried on jumping. It was absolutely insane, but we didn't want to let it, completely spoil the day. So we've come back to our favourite spot on the rocks. And Elisha's about to go out and do some paddleboarding. This was our first experience of Spitchwick, was here, on this very bit of river here. And it turned out it was an accident that we came here last time because we couldn't get to the jumps. But luckily it was a beautiful accident because we found such an amazing spot to come paddleboard. And compared to the... Oh! Are you alright? Crisis averted. We had a bit of a fall. These rocks are super slippery when they're wet, and yeah, you can see they go off steep into the water here. So, you know, Elisha had a little slip, but we got her up and went in over this side here, and yeah, happy days. We didn't need to call out another bloody air ambulance, thank God. You're gonna have to come back and we're gonna have to get your fins on then. Blimey, be careful. She hasn't put her fins on. Are we getting signs for today? I wondered what you was doing, flapping about. These rocks were as slippery as ice, I'm not even joking, but the water was so beautiful and warm. You'll actually see in a minute me slip, and it's only due to my fantastic balance that I don't go fully under. Either that or pure luck. Yeah, I think it was actually luck. In this deep. Nice though, isn't it? Getting out.
The tide's pushing me that way.
Well, yeah, the wind. I can feel the water. Hey! Trying to walk along these cracks. I've got some sort of
but the
leverage.
cracks are slipperier than the rocks.
Oh, it gets deep. What gets to this rock here?
Swing.
Have you ever seen a rock sticking out of the water and thought, I just have to sit on that? No? Oh, no, me neither. you've got, up the top of the river, you've got salmon and trout. And then you get the lamprey, because they feed on the salmon and that. So the lamprey are near the top as well. If you've ever seen a lamprey, they're in here. But in this part, you get the eels and chubs and all your type of river fish. But I'd love to see an eel. They get some quite big eels. I've seen people catch them on film in these rivers. That'd be great to catch an eel on camera. I'm not sure what fish that was, what we just saw. There it is. Oh. Yeah. Nice fish swimming around. What a spot, eh? So I've just jumped the famous Spitchwick. It was awesome and actually higher than I thought it was going to be. You know, the height was all right. Babacombe's actually higher where we jump into the sea. My normal jumping spot. But this one, there was rocks that came out 2-3 feet. You had to clear it. The run up was sketchy, roots in the way, slippery run up, trees in the way. Oh, and on top of all of that, you know, you can't see anything under the water, which is always sketchy when the water goes black, but at least you know it's deep. But what an area, what a place. I've just come off into the woods to get away from the crowd to just obviously make this video and just see a bit of the area. But honestly, we got here this morning and it was packed already. We've had to park a good 20-minute walk away. But we weren't failing today. We was getting to Spitchwick, we were jumping and we'd done it. It's been absolutely amazing. My heart was going on that front flip, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking I've never front flipped over 2 trees. There was a fern tree, like a pine tree thing, like a Christmas tree, and then just a normal tree sticking out. Oh my God, it is just sketchy. And then you're seeing the leaves floating on the water. You realise you're in a river, you're not by the sea. You know, I'm not used to jumping rivers. I always jump in the sea. I feel comfortable in the sea for some reason. But the rivers are cool. I love it. I love it. It's so beautiful. And just what a spot. We've done it, you know. And it's important to remember, if you're scared in life, that's normal. We're always going to have times when we're scared. What's important, if we can pull ourselves together, compose ourselves, and then do it even though we're scared, and pull it off and come out the other side. That's what really gives us strength, gives us confidence, and it gives us memories and things to look back on and say, do you know what? I've done it. I achieved it. I've done it. I didn't say no. I didn't let fear interfere. You know, even though I was scared, I've done it. And it's just the best feeling ever. I haven't felt that for a little while, since Babacombe actually. So yeah, there's something about getting the adrenaline going and testing ourselves that's super, super important as human beings. It's how we discovered the world. It's how we became adventurers and discovered all these other countries, is by someone saying, I'm not going to be afraid of getting on this boat. I'm not going to be afraid of going on this adventure. I'm not going to let fear interfere with my soul experience. So thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. It's been great. I will see you soon. Take care. I love you all.
Hipnótico sobre de acero y miel, te fuiste cerrando para mover. Siempre estoy por saber qué hacer. Siempre estás por apagar mi cielo. Probar manzanas para hacerme cruel.